Let's make some kidney-friendly hummus today. I'm Michelle Crosmer, renal dietitian, and this is Plant-Based Kidneys Kitchen. Not that store-bought hummus is not kidney-friendly, but when we make it at home, typically it's cheaper. We can lower the amount of sodium, we can control the oil used or do no oil at all, and make sure that there's no phosphorus additives or other ingredients. Yes, I've very rarely seen some brands of hummus that contain phosphorus additives. So it's important to always check the label. But all we're going to need today is either a blender or a food processor to blend it all up. You need some chickpeas. They can either be chickpeas that you cooked from dry, or you're welcome to use canned chickpeas. That's what I'm using. These are only 85 milligrams of sodium per serving, and we are using the whole can. I drained and rinsed it, but that lowers the sodium amount. Then we are going to use some tahini, which is basically a sesame paste. The only ingredients should be sesame seeds. So it's like peanut butter, but made out of sesame seeds. I got this at Trader Joe's. We are going to need some lemon. And then our seasonings, we're going to do a little bit of salt, garlic powder, and onion powder. So let's get started. First, we're going to do the whole can that I drained and rinsed, ends up being about 1.5 cups of cooked chickpeas. So we're going to add that right to our blender. Next thing we need is 2 tablespoons of the tahini. And like I said, it's kind of like a peanut butter type of texture. But most store-bought hummus is going to contain some tahini in it. So we will do 2 tablespoons of this. And we're not adding any oil. So let's say you had an allergy to sesame seeds or you didn't want to do the tahini, then you could always do 2 tablespoons of an extra virgin olive oil and then leave the tahini out altogether. Okay, so next we're going to add our seasonings. And again, this is variable. You can always change this up, but we are going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So we're doing a little bit, but not a lot. That way we can keep it low in sodium. And then we will do 1/2 teaspoon of both garlic powder and onion powder. This is where you have a lot of flexibility. Again, I always say, if you want to make it spicy, I love spicy stuff. You can add a jalapeno to this, red chili flakes, chili powder, cayenne pepper. If you want to add cumin, you can go that route. A lot of store-bought hummus will have cumin in the ingredients. But we're going to add a little bit of lemon because lemon makes hummus taste good. You really only need 1 regular sized lemon, but my lemons for my tray are like extra large. So I'm going to use 1/2 of the lemon. And I even have to cut it in half just to be able to juice it because it's so big. But we're going to squeeze in about 1, normal sized lemon or 1/2 of a large lemon. And that's it. Those are all the ingredients that you need to make your hummus. And then we're going to blend it all up. And you want to blend it until it's smooth. Think of whatever consistency you would normally get when you buy store-bought. All right. So let's blend this up and see how it looks. All right, it's all blended up. It's nice and thick, and let's see how it looks. All right, so you see, looks like hummus. If you feel as you're blending it, whether your blender or your food processor, if you want it to be less thick, you can always add more lemon juice, or you can add a little bit of water to it. I just want to show you guys what it looks like. See, it looks like hummus. So basically, we're going to get it all out of here, and then you're going to store it, of course, in an airtight container in your fridge. But 1 serving is 2 tablespoons. So just like any store-bought one that you would buy, the serving size is 2 tablespoons. I'll show you what that looks like. All right. So this is about a 2 tablespoon portion. So for this 2 tablespoon portion, it's going to be 60 calories, about 2 to 2.5 grams of protein, 64 milligrams of sodium. Of course, this might vary depending on the sodium content of your canned beans, but it's around 64 milligrams of sodium, 8 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 92 milligrams of potassium, and 65 milligrams of phosphorus. And this would be paired with Some sliced cucumber, for example, would make a great snack and be delicious. And just to compare this, again, we are going to be storing this in this container, keeping it in the fridge. It makes 10 servings, and then one serving is 2 tablespoons. That's about the same as a container, a standard size container that you would get at the store. It has 10 servings, a serving size is 2 tablespoons. This one, for example, has 110 milligrams of sodium per serving. So it's still considered low sodium, but this one's about half the amount. And ingredient wise, this one does have some oil added to it, some gum, some other ingredients. It's not a bad hummus by any means, but this one has minimal ingredients. You made it at home. It's most likely going to be cheaper since hummus, for some reason, price just keeps going up. So again, enjoy it as a snack. It's good to spread on a sandwich or a wrap or use as a salad dressing. You can always check that out in my other video, but enjoy.